I'll just leave it there. Is that better?
Yeah.
No. Okay. So we are here again. I know it's the second time today. Lucky people.
Is it?
Yeah. Did one this morning? Was it this morning?
I wasn't in that one.
Pretty sure it was this morning. No, you were getting ready this morning. It was me getting ready. It was getting ready with me.
Can people watch this back?
Yeah, after you. So we can. It's quite interesting. So.
Sorry, I'll let you do this bit. Go on.
This is my introduction.
Yeah, go on.
So, today we are going to be reviewing Credence by Penelope Douglas. I got this book. When did I get this book?
You got it on Thursday.
I got it on Thursday. So, it is read. I've read it since Thursday. What is it today?
Saturday.
It's Saturday. So, we've read it in
2 days.
2 days. It's taken me 2 days to read this book. I've absolutely loved this book. This book has driven me
It's crazy.
insane. So I'm going to be here today giving you a full review of this book and all the juicy things that go on with it. And Ben is going to be here to input his opinion. He's not read the book, but he's basically heard my opinion throughout me reading it, because I'll read it and then I'll tell him about it. And so we're going to co-review it, because I feel like it's a good one to kind of co-review. So the book starts. Let me give you a review of the plot line. I won't go into too many spoilers, but I'll give you a basic plot line. So it starts and it's a girl. What's the girl called? Oh my gosh, I've forgotten her name. I don't actually know her name. Right.
Do you know her name?
I know her name. Yeah, it tells you her name, but I can't say it. That's Tyrion, isn't it?
Tiernan.
That's so awkward that I've literally spelled that wrong the whole time. But this is the name.
Isn't Tyrion in Game of Thrones?
Yeah, that's where it's Tiernan. I feel like I may be doing that name injustice.
Tiernan.
So if I'm doing it injustice, just tell me down below. But basically, it starts out and it's this young girl. She's 17. She is 17. Let's just clear that.
That's the first issue. Of many.
Basically, the book starts and her parents have died. They die on the in the chapter that the book kind of starts. She basically, I don't think she didn't have the best relationship with her parents, so she's not like that devastated, but she's a bit numb to it all. She just isn't really feeling anything. But basically she gets a call from this random person who she doesn't know, and because she's 17, legally she needs to have an adult who can look after her and take responsibility, but she doesn't have anyone because her parents were rich and famous and stuff. So basically her dad's, the only living relative is her dad's step brother. Dad's step brother. So they're not related. Wait, are they half related?
No, it's not blood relation.
It's not blood relation to her. Key point there. Key point, okay. So we get into the book and he basically, a step uncle rings her and is I know your parents have just died, so you've not got anywhere to go. Basically, she's rich and she doesn't need money or anything, but she doesn't have any family. So he's I can bring you up into, it's Colorado, isn't it? And you can stay with me and my sons for the just until you're 18, and then you can go off and do whatever you want. So she just, a spur of the moment idea, just gets on the plane, goes down, meets him at the airport, and it's her dad's step brother who's a lot younger, so it's a big age gap. So that means that I think a dad was like 40, so I think he's like 30 something, maybe 40. Maybe the dad was 50. I actually don't really remember. But then the book kind of starts, and then she gets to the house, and like she kind of gets like she's come from like a really like rich like posh place, so she doesn't really understand how things work, and then she kind of gets there and he's like, right, well, whilst you're here, you don't have to like pay me any money or anything, but you do have to work your dues.
Yeah.
Is that the right phrase? And then she doesn't really understand that, and the only thing she can do is cook, because she can't like she doesn't know how to, like, they live on a farm. So
That's not what's that about?
what?
Sorry. Go on.
And then so she basically has to like cook the meals because she doesn't know anything else. So she cooks the meals, and then there's two brothers that she has to meet, but they're technically her cousins, even though they're not related. That's like the thing. And then
Still weird.
she kind of, I think she kind of like fancies them a little bit.
Oh, do you reckon?
Yeah, a little bit, but she doesn't really know. Like she's just new. She's just
Come on.
exploring the
Come on.
world. She's 17. Okay, she's 17.
I didn't write the book. You never got me.
And then she gets there, she starts doing work, and she has a little situation with her uncle, a step uncle, and it's I don't know if I can say it. It's not appropriate. Well, it is appropriate. It's a bit unknown, and then like the story starts progressing, and then there's after two brothers, the first brother is like a really happy chappy, talkative, nice guy, and then the other brother she just doesn't know about, like she's not her, like they don't really talk about him, and he's not there, like he's not at the house. And basically she gets on really well with this other brother, and she's like dead nice to him, and he gets on with her, so they have like a good relationship. But she's a bit curious about where the other brother is, but he's gone on like hunting, like on a hunting trip to hunt for food for the winter.
Do they not have shops near them?
Yeah, but I think they're a long way away. So in the winter when it snows, they can't leave the house.
Would they not stock it up before the winter?
Yeah, I think they do that. But it's 6 months the winter.
6 months?
They're locked in for 6 months.
That's not how it works. It's seasons.
Yeah, so she gets
I'm
there
here
in
to poke
August.
holes in the book. That's my job.
She gets in August.
She gets there in August, so it's sunny.
So it's really hot.
So why is he hunting then?
No,
why is he hunting
he's
in August?
prepping because...
What's he prepping for? He can go to the shop.
In September, it becomes winter, so
Yeah,
they can't leave the house.
If he kills something...
From September to like March.
If he hunts something, right, how long is that going to be viable for?
I don't know. I don't know. I
Like,
don't know the answer.
they might as well just go to the shop.
Yeah. Well, they do go to the shop, and then it gets a bit tricky because they're quite protective over her. Like she's new, and everybody, like, it's a very small town because they live like right up in the mountains and stuff. So yeah, it's just so they get quite protective of her, but she's still wondering where this other brother is, and she's still trying to find out where this other brother is. And then one night this other brother arrives, and like she's just, I don't know what she's doing. I think she's trying to escape actually when this happens, but I think she's doing a washing or something. I don't know why she's doing a washing in the middle of the night, but she's basically like, and then the other brother comes in and he starts like,
oh, what does he do?
Like he just jumps at her basically, and it's like,
Very inappropriate.
It's a bit inappropriate, but she doesn't really know how to deal with it. And
So what does she do?
he doesn't know
What
who
does she
she
do?
is, and she doesn't know who he is.
So what does she do?
So she's like, no, like, stop. Like, I don't know who you are or what's going on. And then he's just like...
Does he stop?
No, but Noah, the other brother, he hears her, and then he comes back and is like, whoa. I think he's called Caleb. The other one's called Caleb. So one's called Noah. He's like, no, like, whoa, she's our cousin. Like, no. And then he's like, oh, right, okay. But he doesn't speak. So Caleb's non-verbal. He does not speak at all. He can speak, but he chooses not to, which is part of the book. And then, like, things kind of progress with what's Jake. Jake is a step uncle, so things kind of progress with Jake, and she has like a big moment with him, and then another big moment the day after with both brothers.
Yeah.
And then she kind of gets a bit confused along the way, and she's a bit like, I don't know, like, what's going on, who to pick. But she...
None of them. Because it's...
Yeah, I get that. And
pick someone who you're not related to.
Probably the answer. But she kind of, like, falls in love a little bit with the idea that, like, she kind of falls in love with the idea that Caleb doesn't speak, and that kind of, like, she kind of falls in love with that idea, I think. So the whole time, I think she knows she's going to end up with Caleb. But at the time, she doesn't really know.
Why did she just tell him that?
So she's just exploring the options. Because he doesn't speak, so she doesn't know how he feels.
Okay.
And he, like, whenever he gets angry, he disappears up into the mountains for a few days. So you don't know where he is. So that's like the main bit of the story. And then Jake goes off for a couple of days, and then things get kind of serious with Caleb is the brother that she likes, and they kind of like become one. But then they go out to town after the winter's kind of over, and basically she thinks, or she's tricked into believing, that he got this other girl pregnant.
Did he?
No.
Right.
But
okay,
because he can't communicate that, because he's non-verbal, like, she freaks out. And then her, like, assistant, I think, or her, like, childminder, she basically comes to the house to visit her, and Caleb basically ships her off in the car back to LA, where she is originally from. And basically she doesn't speak or see anyone for 6 weeks, and then basically she's just trying to establish a life. But then she sees Noah, and then Jake comes back, and then Caleb's back, and then at the end of the book he speaks to her.
so she chooses him.
And she's already chosen him. Like, she's already chosen him.
Do they have kids?
And then they have a little kid at the end. How lovely is that? That's adorable, isn't it? So that is the plot. My personal opinion now is the next bit. I love this book. I thought it was a really great book. I think the thing about me, right, as someone who reads a book, I need to see, like, an emotional connection. And this book had that for me. Like, I was like, her and Caleb all the way from the very start of the book, and it was just throughout, and I was just like, I'm such a true love person, you know, like I just love the idea of like true love, and I love love, you know, and I just love that whole concept. And like this book was very strong with that. Like it was such a like they love each other feeling, and it was just, I just thought it was magical, honestly. Okay, there was other things in there as well, but I just feel like it just had it for me. And like, don't get me wrong, there are some lines I think definitely crossed within this book, but what book doesn't have lines crossed, you know? Did you think I enjoyed it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Ben's usually a good like concept to like kind of test whether I enjoyed a book
I don't
because
read.
of how much I can like talk to you about it.
I don't read.
Ben doesn't read anything ever.
I can read.
You can read, but
but I don't. I don't really like. I don't know. I just get a bit too distracted.
yeah, it's not really for you, is it?
Just use it as a fan instead.
But yeah, my overall review, I'm gonna rate this on my official book reviewer on Notion. I'm gonna rate this 100 out of 100. I don't think you can get better than this book. It wasn't too dark. It was a bit dark. There was a few gruesome bits, and there was a few like bits where I was a bit like, ugh. But I'm honestly gonna rate this book 100 out of 100. This will be the first book I've rated 100 out of 100. I've done a 98 before, but this is gonna get a little crown.
This is 100.
I'm gonna rate it 100.
This is the best book you've ever read.
I think it is the best book I've ever read so far.
We couldn't even find it in the shop.
Yeah, we were looking for ages. We went to WH Smith's, we went to Waterstones. That's all we went to. So that is my review.
Go and get yourself it.
Go and get yourself
We
it.
are not paid for this.
Read your trigger warnings.
This ain't an ad.
No, it's not an advert at all.
It's just some honest feedback.
Yeah, read your trigger warnings because you need them. It's a little bit, you know, so don't take it to heart, but it's a really good book. Really recommend it. If you like any of the books I've read, you'll like this book. So yeah, that's the conclusion of the book review. 100 out of 100. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll be back soon with another live review, another book review, another get ready with me, who knows. But remember, if you've not already, hit that subscribe button. We're so close to 13k. Maybe you can be the 13,000th subscriber. And we'll see you in another video.